Oh yeah, right, I need to also turn the phone on. Come on, come to me. Turn on. Put the Galaxy on. Come on, load. The server list just loaded already. Oh, why is it telling them I'm disconnected? Please don't tell me the servers are down now. Am I not getting in because... What's happening? Am I not getting anything back from the servers now? Eh? What's happening right now? Why am I not getting server lists? Okay, they are on the grid right now. I have about 4 minutes to get on the grid. Okay, it's saying connecting. Could you please... No, I'm not getting connected. Come on, I'm getting screwed over by fucking ACC. Come on. Ah. I'm late because of dinner, and then ACC servers are just take a dump and just throw themselves over. Oh, come on. I didn't agree to that. That's BS. Come on. Come on, please work. I beg you, just work. Let me in. It's a Saturday evening. You don't need to do maintenance now. Your servers, I really don't need it down now. Oh, come on. Connecting. Come on, connect already. What is it? ACC. Disconnected. I guess we're gonna take the fucking shot and do it restart, because I'm out of options. If this server is not letting me in, the race is just done. I had no chance getting early on because I was busy with dinner up until now. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're now a lap down. A full freaking lap down because the servers just came back as I turned my stuff back. I typed it in and then suddenly the servers came back as the formation lap finished. Thanks! Thanks, Kunos! I really appreciate you guys not being able to provide a functioning product at times. It's really annoying that this server browser is so goddamn unreliable. I'm now missing my virtual motion capture. Is there any point actually in running at this point? Because, you know, gonna be a full lap down. No, we don't want to do that? What the hell did you just do to me? Oh yeah, the soft, because virtual motion capture launched. That's why. That messed up with film stuff. Right. Because you usually should start that software afterwards, but, well, it works anyway. Okay, my pit timer's anyway up now, technically. I can technically start moving. Let's just briefly finish the calibration. Come on. Turn the pit limit on. Get my cursor over here. I had no setup anyway for this race. I'm anyway deep end here. And even the other guys that got screwed over due to this. They are still 50 seconds ahead of me. I hope everything software-wise is working. Because I have absolutely no clue. It's really annoying. It's like... I should have forced my will on my family and cooked dinner early. And then we waited, and then she came home right when we were supposed to head into qualifying here. Oh, great. Great, that's what I totally needed. Go another lap down, by the way. That's actually what I totally needed right now. You know, gonna park at least a few meters up. Okay, there we have a moment. Come on, move, shitbox. There's somebody coming. I mean, this is stock setup of stock setups. Don't know how well that will perform. But you're P26, I don't think I need to worry about you anyway. Granted, I put my rear end into a wall, but I'm not gonna give a shit about that. Your skill level is just not high enough. Let's be real about that. I was looking for it, I really liked the Glen, but I didn't have a setup. I don't have a set or anything. No, I'm not gonna move over for you. I'm unfortunately not gonna do that because I'm gonna get up to speed and gonna drive away from you. Eventually. And that's the only fun I'm gonna have in this race. I've gone screwed over, you have no idea. You're not the... Because these are literally my first meters on this track. With this car. I know this track quite well. At least that's the thing. But yeah, that was totally what I also needed, like another spin. Yeah, he's dropping back. He had no hope. Great, I missed an apex here. More TC might make sense. I would say aggressive preset is not too terrible on the circuit. At least doesn't murder you or anything, it just does it. Could be a bit more loose. Mid-corner, there's a bit too much push.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Maybe move the brake pads backwards, actually. I mean, I need to, I think, shave like 2 seconds off the pace here. To have anything vaguely competitive. Because 46, this is what you really need to be doing. Oh, hello car, would you kindly... I've praised you already, you don't need to start murdering me now. What's the Berkeley stuff? It has the similar issue that the setup has on a lot of circuits where the car just wants to over-rotate as soon as you get any angle. It's the problem with the boat, it's just it wants to continually rotate. I need to get at least 46, that's where. Hello car, why the fuck did the brakes not show up? The guy behind me will at some point get impatient. I'm going to deal with someone who's like 2 laps down at this point. That's just my fastest tendency to never let me win, but let me finish second last. So I have to see how this goes. We seemingly are starting to gain a bit on the guys in front, but they're lapping also horribly. Like, come on, 49's are... Okay, that's way wide there. That's just asking for the track limits to start coming for me. Yeah, there's someone in front that does 48.6, which is at least something, I guess. Even though I would say that's not enough. That's a 46 or bust, really, and I'm at least a second off that. And real aliens are doing like 45's race pace here. Easy. Tire pressure's down a bit on the low side, but otherwise fine. We are driving away from the guy behind. It's positive. Hello there, how are you doing? I hope the stream is functioning, I hope something is to be seen, because everything was rushed, put together again. So the overlay is there. Hope the audio is working, I hope everything works. I mean, last time around I messed up the overlay, so that's fun. It would be nice if something works tonight. Oh yeah, right, my pedal cam is not working. I definitely know that one isn't working. Well, not so much. I got screwed over here completely. Otherwise I would say I'm alive, I guess, right now. No. It's the only thing we could live with that. It's the one thing I couldn't finish prior to driving out. I mean, I could try setting it up while driving. That would be something. Right now I'm trying to get into a rev and get the lap times to something halfway respectable. I should be lapping like 46s. I think with the Porsche I did 46s like God knows how many months ago when I had raced here with the Porsche. But this is a stock boat and it's had already one impact in the rear. Anyway, 2 laps down. So on the other hand, our pace doesn't really matter too much. It's just I won't have the infamous quote, "Professionals have standards." Well, I'm not a professional, but goddamn, I have at least somewhat of standards.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Whoa!
Faster cars.
Well, at least my bad line didn't matter too much. Oh, I've driven it quite a bit. I really like it with the Maserati because the Maserati is OP on this track in GT4. GT4 Maserati is really good. Really fun. Driven it, done collectively like a lot of hours honestly on this circuit. Mainly due to having done one 6-hour race solo with the Maserati here. I drove in another 6-hour race, I think like 3 hours of the 6-hour race with the Porsche. I need to dispatch of this guy relatively quick. I'm doing a good job with the Jag. The Jag isn't particularly fast.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Falling behind to the car in front.
It's a great car.
Faster car behind you.
He wants to make a repass, god damn it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Come on, dude. You're just delaying the inevitable. You're clearly slower with your Jag. And you're now starting to fight me. Ooh, the washout. Yeah, I'm getting held up pretty badly because the Ferrari is really closing in right now.
Car on the right.
Jag has so much straight line speed. Don't do that. Don't be stupid here, my friend.
Clear on the right. Next to the line, car on the right. Clear on the right.
This guy. Ugh.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, Schneider, go. You can fight him for position, so you can do that.
Car behind you.
I don't want to get in your way. That guy is just blocking me completely for no reason. We're not for position with each other. There's no point in fighting. And there was a lot of contacts, a lot of door banging, and quite a few corners. I just want to use my over acceleration. You can go for the apexes. Oh god. Why is this Ferrari so slow? He's genuinely slow on a straightaway. Do I need to now pass him as well? Thought maybe the Ferrari has actually some pace. Oh, that Jag was very much out of shape there. It doesn't matter. No one got taken out. It's Robin's racing. Even if I'm a 2-lap down car, I'm totally allowed to make contact with him. Especially while trying to unlap myself. I mean, it would be nice to avoid it, but he's not playing nice. He's trying to fight me. And if he's stupid, then we're gonna fight. I will try to avoid it ending in tears, but he will have only himself to blame in the end. If he wants to play stupid, people that play stupid games win stupid prizes. Also, we aren't... Oh, we're still technically last. I think there's about 2 retirements in this race. And we've been promoted 2 positions due to that. Let's switch the low beams on. Just saying hi. Jag is quite wide. I don't think. Come on. I want you to pass him. I don't really want to get involved in this fight. Oh, actually, he wants me by. Okay. Clearly, if he's doing this, he wants me by. Oh fuck, that was too fast. That was a mess up. Very messy, I'm so sorry. Nope. The next car that is in the same lap is about 43 seconds up the road. I mean, you do have the leaderboard, if the overlay is working. Hopefully. And that should show that I'm not for position with the Jag, unfortunately. Unfortunately enough, I'm not. Come on. I think the Ferrari just lost the position to an Aston behind. I think that car behind me now is an Aston. Yep, Lindauer in the Aston. And I'm very much capable of carrying a lot of speed through there. Ah, okay. That explains that. And if not on the highest resolution setting, you probably have also trouble reading. I mean, he is on a decent lap right now. Oh, I'm getting nearly taken out from the guy behind. Actually, he isn't that decent, but like, whatever. Come on. It's really awkward, this situation with me in between. And then the lag comes in. Oh, I had to lift there. Come on, you go by.
Car on the left. Falling behind the car in front.
Sorry, but I think this works for right now a bit better. I mean, if you want a slingshot now, I would give you the opportunity now.
Car on the right.
Because I think you probably have more speed. Come on, don't lift. Just go through. You can attack.
Faster cars approaching.
Because I think you have a bit more straight line speed, so you should have a slightly easier job with this guy. Right. That's a bit early, mate. Oh, gods. Track limit seems to be quite forgiving on that corner. Haven't gotten in trouble yet. Problem is that Jag is really fast in the uphill section. So any advantage we gain...
Car on the right.
Inside.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
I'm now getting eaten up here.
Clear on the right.
That's fine. I mean, the Jag is asking for an accident to happen, so maybe we can get past this battle pack anyway. And Schneider does not have much straight line speed at all. Let's stay out of this one. Oh, the Jag is gone. The Jag is gone.
Got some light damage on the front of the car. Faster car coming up behind you.
I tried. Not a surprise at all. This Jag driver was way too defensive. That was just asking for it to happen. If you're fighting a lapped car like that, that just will happen. If you think that fighting the lapped car that's trying to get by you is gonna help you. I mean, it did in some extent help him, because, you know, I could serve as a buffer between him and the next car. Problem for him is if I'm smart enough to not wreck with him, I'm smart enough to not wreck with the other guy trying to pass him. Yeah, our car has now taken quite a few bings and bangs additionally. How bad is the damage? 15 seconds. Yay. Come on. Need to brake so early for turn 1. It's quite nuts. And it's additional time losses in terms of the next car in the race. Well, there's actually a lapped car behind me. Look, happens. What ego? What other reasons? Or you just don't look at the relative and think you're fighting me for position. When in reality you don't. That's why you need the relative. If you don't have a relative, you're just screwing yourself over. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about 50 seconds now after that. Bang behind the next car. Another team had been screwed over, similar to me, by the server browser being down just as the race started, and it just coming back as the lights went green. So those guys ended up being about 45-50 seconds ahead of me. I did not qualify. I did not have time to qualify. I came upstairs from dinner, turned my PC on, wanted to join the server, just as qualifying would have ended, but the Kuna server browser was down. So I couldn't join the server. And it decided to come just online as the race went green. So just as I was about to turn the game off, call it a night, it's like, oh hey, the server browser's back, like, thanks, Kunos. So yeah, that cost me 2 laps. Which is why I'm 2 laps down. There's a long way to go in this race though. Like, I've been the entire season not qualifying at all. And finishing P13, P13 and P14 each round. Granted, this round I'm at an additional advantage with not having a functional setup, but honestly I'm not sure if this aggressive preset isn't actually better than what I had to drive at Silverstone. The spa set was good. Silverstone was a nightmare in the dry and was actually okay somehow in the wet. And the Nürburgring was just slow, which I think is where I'm stuck also right now. Like, you should be lapping 46s. If you know halfway what you're doing around the circuit. And that's not alien times, that's just just out of top 10 times. Usually. I have to see right now.
Yellow flag accepted.
Oh, the understeer, goddamn. That was actually a track limits, but not a warning. So. Okay, well. Practice is overrated. I don't like to practice. I do like 157s.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's a bit too fast again! Passing into the chicane is a bit awkward. Yeah, I ended up doing 57s. Last week at Nürburgring. That was what I ended up doing. Even up to 58s. Granted, the temperatures weren't particularly great, but like, I don't know, the boat just didn't have pace anyway. Don't know. Like, I had to suffer from damage in the first stint, similar to right now, what we're having. Similar amount also. But the car was not quick at all. Silverstone I was not able to go sub 2 minutes, but in the rain the car was relatively competitive. Man, like 57s are still respectable though at Nürburgring. Depends always on, like, are we talking about race pace, quali pace, stuff like that. Oh, I do 50s. What did I do? I think I did like a 47 at Monza in quali pace once. That stuff is mental. That was so much luck that that lap worked out. In the end I ended up with like 50 race pace. With that MUQU, the MUQU sucked. That pace but it drove so awful. Yeah, 57s of race pace would be decent enough. It always also depends on conditions and stuff like that, so 57 can be decent. Even on the wheel. Obviously nothing alien times. I mean, I got lapped in the Nürburgring race, right? Yeah, that's what I did in the stint with the damaged car. roughly, I think. And then the stint with like not damaged car was sitting. Started off with like high 56s and then mid to high 56s and then went to 57s over. Was a relatively erased forget. Still clutched a P14 out of it. Yeah. I was looking at it while I could perhaps get into the top 10 finally this season. I was like, nope. Not happening. I was a fast guy right now, man. That guy that is lapped. He's not slow. But yeah, there's a distinct lack of grip into turn 1. The tires just do not bite like I want them to. I had the feeling at Nürburgring that just the pace was missing for no particular reason. After having relatively good pace at Spa and at Silverstone, it was very much surprising that the pace just wasn't there at Nürburgring. Maybe it's just a BOP for the boat, it's not great there. I mean, I got also screwed out of any chance I'm going to get a top 10 here. Due to the fact that, again, I didn't have time to qualify and then got screwed over by the Kunis server browser. So yeah, that's fun. I'm getting some slight positive delta here, but like, can't finish the lap with it. Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I feel like that's more times dependent on setup and stuff. If you have a stable set, you can relatively easily perform it. If the car just doesn't, if you can't trust it, it becomes impossible. Also when it decides to murder your tires completely, which I definitely know about the Nürburgring set, that tires had quite a bit of graining on them by the end. Not as bad as the Silverstone tires though, they were. It ate the rear tires alive during the green phase. Oh god. That's not good. That's definitely quite embarrassing. Yeah, that's the understeer and the aggressive preset coming through. One of the few tracks I haven't raced the Bentley before yet, so it's the one that I should have taken the time to make a setup, but then it just didn't work out with the scheduling, so no, I had to. Oh, wet Kyalami race. Oh, that's terrifying. I assume GT3 is red. Okay. What else. Wet Kyalami. Actually, I do remember racing at Kyalami with the Bentley even for 2.5 hour race in the wet. And I messed up the qualifying where it was a dry to wet session. And I switched. I was in the wrong compound at the wrong time. I couldn't set a decent time. So ended up qualifying relatively midfield. And then just slowly started digging up the field, and then all of a sudden, about half an hour to an hour in, due to the rain getting worse and worse and worse and worse, the front rows would just quit. So it was me suddenly in the lead with a Porsche driver that was very inconsistent. He was just making too many mistakes. But he was quicker than me for sure. And basically turned the race between each other. Due to the 2.5 hour nature, we could get away with a single pit stop in the middle for fuel. And what I did because he had just passed me, get back the position, is that I didn't change my wet tires. I just stayed on the same set of wet tires for a full 2.5 hours. So I had jumped him. He then spun out and had then about 30 or 40 seconds to run down, and he ran the entire gap back down before the end of the race. And it all came down to final corner. Or more precisely, the exit of that final corner. Without actually spoiling how that race ended. I'm definitely getting gapped right now pretty hard by that McLaren driver ahead. Well, the next car is 1.2 laps ahead of me. That's a bit of an oof. What would be things important with Kyalami in the wet? It's been a while since I drove there. Even if I just told that story. Wet Kyalami. Long right hander that is basically flat out in the dry. I'm not sure if you have some aquaplaning there. I think it's possible to get aquaplaning there, although no, I don't actually think there is. I think Kyalami is relatively low on the aquaplaning amount. Well, actually, I think turn 1 is pretty bad. Heading into turn 1 there. That braking zone, picking out the line through the puddles is quite a difficult task. Some puddles heading into turn 1 that will mess you up. Those are to be paid attention to.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
tire pressures are free falling right now. How long do I have till I can pit? About 7 minutes or so. The pit window opens effectively. Not the actual pit window, there's no actual pit window, it's just... if I pit in about 7 or so minutes I can get to the end without too much trouble. The Turner has gapped me some. What effectively is between P18 and P19 right now where I'm stuck. Face-wise. That's not quite up to where I should be capable of doing. Man, I lost a lot of time there at the end of the lap. But on the other hand, this means I'm getting clean air and don't have to fight someone. I mean, we have seen already in this race quite a few pile-ups, so surprisingly enough. Considering they weren't on lap 1. So yeah, there's been a surprising amount of people causing multi-car accidents here. Nearly involving me in a few of them. But obviously tonight is... I mean, they can wreck, it's just not enough. I'm 2 laps down. That's the big problem. Like, those 2 laps just... that's just the death sentence of it. I mean, they can pile up and then have to tow back to the pits and repair. Then they would probably drop the 2 laps. Leave the position to me. But we have gained quite a few positions for retirements and stuff, so... I mean, we're 1.2 laps, so there's not much we can actually do to get anyone in front of us. And Gerasimov is not slow either, so... he's definitely someone out of position as well. Who I'm not particularly running down. Too fast again. Oh, there's rain in 30 minutes. Well, that's fun. Light rain in 30 minutes. I wasn't paying attention when it popped up. Might be important to keep going if it's... because the question is if I had... if it's been there for already like nearly 20 minutes, then it's gonna be there in 10 minutes, at which point I'm on enough fuel to go another up until the end of my stint timer. Well, I think I have. No, not quite. A few minutes short. So I have to see. Might need to continue driving with a damaged car. Just to see if the timer drops under 10 minutes. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm doing would be 4 more laps. Actually 3 more laps or something. More than 3 laps, and then see if it's dropped down to like 10 minutes to go. 3-4 laps, I think. If it's still not dropping down to in 10 minutes the light rain, then I have AMS too. I have not driven it much. Because honest to god, it's more unstable than the MUQU servers. It's just I do mainly just league racing, and because AMS 2 is basically dead, there's no league racing in there. Especially because dedicated servers don't properly work. Like the feature got implemented into SGP, and I did a few races, but the servers were just not functional, and it wasn't 100% SGP's fault either. So it basically killed the game again. So basically nobody's hosting anything AMS2, and I'm not racing that much either, so it's just it's a very quirky software that I'm just like not quite willing to put up with again.
Well done, mate. That's not best.
Yeah, it's more dead than RF2. I mean, RF2 is only alive because people do endurance racing in it. And some people do LFM in it, so that as well, but it's mainly just for me endurance. I have been pondering if I would do the next season of ELC. A return to the ELC championship for me after over season of absence. Yeah, it's just I have a lot of hours in RF2, and when complaining about the issues with AMS2 with bugs and everything, because Christ, I've met some bugs there. You have to compare it to RF2, especially if you're like me who has played it a lot. And illustrate that, no, it's not quite as bad as that, but Christ, it's not much. I'm kind of used to its brand of screwing you over. Although it has to be considered that I haven't played RF2 since November for the ELC Bahrain 24 hours. That was the last race I raced there. And of them. It's been like November or so. I've since done the full 24-hour race in AC normal. And that's also a bit jank. Especially some of the issues that I encountered, like suddenly popping the engine 23 hours in. I was able to still finish though. I am used to emotional roller coasters at this point. Yeah, on the other hand, like, there's just not the player base either to do it, really. To really do multiplayer. I've heard people be like, oh, just do open lobby racing. I'm like, no. Like, surely it just doesn't work for me for a variety of reasons. I can believe you that the open lobbies are good and stuff, and people drive well there, but it's just I sort of need the commitment of a championship for me to actually turn the sim on and show up. and not just be like faffing around and doing nothing, which I end up often doing. I'm procrastinating like procrastinating. That's my thing. And the leak is just a bit more thumb screws on to get me to actually show up, even if it's late, to actually race. I mean, I've done actually quite a bit of AMS 1 racing. I've done quite a bit of AMS 1. Also, you don't know what you actually get for open lobbies. It's like, because of how racing sims work with their usually very wide roster of cars and stuff, open lobbies don't quite really work. Like, an open server browser works for Titanfall 2. I've been playing a boatload of Titanfall 2 with the Northstar client. Because obviously vanilla Titanfall 2 doesn't work. You can't play that. Because servers get DES constantly, but Northstar Titanfall is like... You don't have to deal with unlocks, you can just play. You have a server browser, although yeah, it is sometimes a bit of a challenge to get, if you want to play attrition, which is the normal game mode. There's not always a server for it, particularly populated. The game plays relatively well still with like 3v3s. So, heavy rain predicted in 30 minutes. Well, that's fun, but we still aren't down to like 10 minutes to go with our weather prediction for the light rain. Yeah, open lobbies, I mean, they can be fun with chaos, but like, chaos is only to a certain extent fun. I mean, I do like some chaotic things like driving a Maserati, but is it really that chaotic? It's a good question to ask. A bit strapped for time for actually pulling this off. I definitely need fuel, I can't continue on. Maybe, I have to say. I'm busy with some things in the near future, so I don't know. I would love to, but I have to see. This guy isn't particularly fast right now. We're into about 7 minutes.
Gaining on the driver ahead is sector 3.
Not changing tires, we're not gonna do repairs. We're just gonna splash a bit of fuel into the fuel tank, because else we're not gonna get anywhere. I should keep it as minimal as possible to get required distance, because every second that I'm standing still off this extra pit stop is a second wasted. Yeah, it's fine. I think I don't have my Discord handle around, but I mean, chances are I am in a Discord server that you're also in. Use the same profile picture.
The faster car is approaching.
Called Lukas Lichten. impossible to find me. Yeah, do some light fuel saving, now I can get an extra lap. Because I'm at about 3.10 right now. So we're slightly dipping now under 3 liters to go. 3 laps to go. Yeah, just dipped under 3 laps to go. I don't remember what fuel map actually is fuel saving on the boat. We're burning about 2.9 liters a lap. Yeah, rain is still not predicted in 10 minutes, so everybody has to pit at least once for something. If it's fuel or not. So that 15 liters should be about 10 laps worth of fuel. Not 5 laps worth of fuel. I'm right now programming. Should be just enough fuel that I can get. I'd like to know when the rain hits.
Stint is ending soon, keep your head down.
Yeah, my stint time was down to 10 minutes, but I'm not capable of doing anything else with it. Yeah, you can send a friend request. I mean, I'm definitely in the SGP Discord. I'm in the what's it called? SimGrid. The big ones that I'm in. Trackilicious. This should be possible to find. I guess you sent me a friend request right now. Because my phone just popped the notification up. I see. Right. I will look at it after the race. But yeah, I can fix my pedal cam during the pit stop. Although this one will be too short, I think. We're only a 6-second one. Just grabbing enough fuel to get to the actual pit stop. Get to the rain. I'm gonna run this car dry. We're approaching the line right now with 3 liters in the tank. 2.9. We definitely have to come in at the end of this lap. But if the rain does not start being predicted in 10 minutes, then we do need a bit more fuel. Then 15 liters is not gonna be enough to cover us. Yep. Technically with next pit stop we can get to the end, but the problem is there's rain incoming. Heavy rain in 30 minutes and light rain probably in a bit sooner. Question is quite when. That's one extra lap. Okay. I'm gonna take 20 liters and just hope that that's gonna be enough.
What mandatory stop is that? Yeah. Come on, go.
Right. Gonna anyway have to put on wet tires for the next stop. Quite a few more liters than that. Right, rain is still more than 10 minutes away. But if necessary I can still do the same trick that I did at Silverstone, which is driving on dry tires on a wet track, on wet tires on a dry track. That does work for about a lap. Much more you don't really want to do, but a lap you could do. I have done quite interesting strategy calls with that before. Still waiting for the weather to predict in the next 10 minutes to switch. Yeah, probably about 65 liters that we're gonna need. Yeah, 10 minutes, okay. Then we did take a bit more than we need, but that's good. We can drive a bit into the damp conditions. Take advantage of that. The car in front of me is in the pits right now. How's the rain looking? 10 minutes to light rain, 30 minutes to heavy rain. Well, with 8 minutes till the rain will start. Roughly. Oh, and nah, we didn't actually gain the position, but my relative is showing that I've gained a position. Not my relative, my gap calculator is displaying that I've gained a position, something like that. Maybe somebody towed, and that's why it's getting a bit confused. Oh, there's someone off. I nearly fell them off. Yeah, it says that the next car is about 83 seconds up the road, which is like, not much I can do. Tough. Yeah, this is the fight right now in front of me for P14. That's why usually I would end up with right around these positions in every race so far. I think a lot of these guys have decided to do a similar strat of... It's back! It's definitely back, because otherwise I wouldn't be on the server. Don't know if it's decided to quit again, but it definitely was briefly back, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten on the server. It definitely, it was down, just about an hour ago. How long precisely? About an hour or 12 ago it was definitely down. And then it suddenly came back, so I could join. So it was... The outage has been about an hour and a half ago. It was dead. Okay, fine. None of that. I won't be passing you, that's fine. I now have only a few more laps and the rain will start. Kuhn is for position against Mostar Zero. And also Peter O'Brien, my good old friend. He's leading the race. Don't throw it away again.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car approaching. Watch out. Car on the left.
Kuhn was closing in anyway relatively quickly. I feel like some of these guys might have put wet tires on. They're very slow. Considering I'm also running all the dries. Old under pressure dryers and... Okay, come on. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh god! Well, that's a bit embarrassing. Because that guy was a lap down to this. I mean, we aren't technically on the lead lap anymore because, well, Peter lapped us. But, this is effectively the fun group still. And then Gerasimov is a lap down technically. Oh, hello Kuhn.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
There's one lap down to them and then I'm 2 laps down. Yeah, I'm gonna do... I have enough fuel to run a bit into the wet, so I can get a bit fresher wet tires, you could say. That's definitely something I'm gonna do. Yeah, heavy rain in 10 minutes. And heavy rain plus in 30. I mean, as I've said, I've done also races where I've taken the wet tires for dry conditions. Completely dry. It's doable. It's not quite advisable. I would say Kuhn probably is on fresh dry tires. Right. Just waiting at this point for the raindrops to start. So you can wait for the track to at minimum go greasy, preferably damp. Although I am down to actually 2 laps on fuel remaining, so rain should honestly, I think, start this lap probably. Oh, it's P2. That's the alien brigade here. Ah, the gamepad didn't work again.
Car on the left.
Fuck. We're gonna just hope he reads it and he reads it correctly. But yeah, I do have to actually pit at the end of the next lap. No choice about that. Gonna be out of fuel again. The rain is making me wait for it.
Running low on fuel. Prepare to come in.
Obviously the advantage is that while you're in the pit lane and getting pit service,
Car coming up behind.
track can
Clear on the left.
dampen itself in. Which is neat. Yeah, I don't know, up to the rain to finally start. I mean, I took for about, what, 14 minutes worth of fuel? And as soon as I basically came out of the pits, the rain was like, yeah, I'm gonna commentate. And I'm just like, yeah, and where are you now? You're a bit overdue, actually. A bit. Now! That was the wrong button. So how much fuel is it predicting right now that I need? About 70 liters to get to the end. Okay. I hope you enjoy driving for a bit. Just get slow.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
70 liters or so, pressures are fine. Pairs on. Yep, this is gonna go. Boom. In the pit box. Pit service. Oh yeah, I could also organize myself some water. I'll add it. I see. Oh, that's the wrong app. That's the last tire right now going up. So, pedal cam should work now. No water for me then, I guess.
Let's go, go, go.
Oh. Would help if you press the clutch to move. It would definitely help when starting the engine to press the clutch. Let's see how this car handles in the wet. Yeah, track has already gone damp. Perfect. Okay, the car's quite sluggish in these conditions.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind you.
I did pass P7 right there. But I mean, you're probably on rise, which is why. Tires are obviously a bit high now, but nothing that cannot solve itself effectively with the rain settling down. And I would like them actually to be a bit higher than this, because the track is not that wet. So god, there's so much understeer. So when the track wettens in, I don't really want to drop below 30 psi, but I feel like I've again not given it enough pressure. Similar to Glen, not Glen, we're out the Glen. Similar to Silverstone. P21 shooter is car in front of me, but I am a lap down to him, so that's a bit unfortunate. Against the guy that I'm fighting for position, I'm about 60 seconds behind. I have to see if now the wet conditions are gonna unsettle a few things. Shoot is definitely an outlap because it's either 2 minutes 47, so that's definitely an outlap for him. There will be still rain in 30 minutes, meaning we will finish in wet conditions. It's pretty much clear at this point. It's a bit too fast. Shitter right now being held up by, I think, probably is someone on dry tires, or not? I mean, no one should be staying out with dry tires, really. Oh, we're actually getting a position here. Look for Chikava. Yep. Oh, she's very much out of shape there. I guess they're all on wet tires here. I mean, nobody should be out on dry tires at this point anymore. Except he's suicidal or something.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
It's a bit of a forceful pass, but it's just
Faster car behind you.
not for position. Just let us go at this point, my friend. Oh yeah, he is coming in. He definitely was still on dries. See if we can outrun Shitter now. Although gaining the full lap on him is gonna be a bit of a challenge. I don't know, we got up to P22 despite starting 2 laps down dead last. Granted, dead last I think it was P30, so not too many positions gained in comparison to the other races. Like Spa, where I went from P50 to P13. That was more for drive. I mean, to gain about 2 minutes in what amounts to 30 minutes, that will require me to gain about 4 seconds per lap. No, about 4 seconds per minute. Need to gain about 4 seconds per minute, meaning about 8 seconds per lap to run him down. It's just even for me claiming absurd numbers, that is even beyond that. I mean, I am outrunning him, but like, not by that scale. Gaining about a second per minute is like the holy grail. It is tough. It requires oftentimes an enemy that is already limping, and you being far superior. Or wide of them. But that isn't quite the case.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
I mean, I think I am about a second perhaps faster than him. Maybe. Although Holman is running me down right now. He wants his track position. She is definitely starting to be a bit nervous in these conditions. Woo! The cup is quite slippery there. Yes. A lot of push in this set still, so I have to lift at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, they're after me. I'm a big fat boat.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car behind you.
Actually, I'm not even out of running shit by that much. Maybe try and... Oh, actually, what I'm just realizing. I've been running the wrong engine map for like minutes now. I ran the last stint, the entire stint on the wrong engine map. Granted, it might help in these conditions to not run the full power Qualy map. Might make sense. Especially with the boat that is so notorious for kicking like a mule at times. But I'm not gonna do that. I'll switch to full power again. Yeah, Fuchikawa's again in the pits. This guy's going from bad for worse. Okay, you can take actually still flat. Not quite, I think. Top you have to, I think, slightly confidence lift. Rain will weaken at the end of the race. I don't think it's gonna matter. It's definitely gonna dry till the end. That corner really doesn't like him. home and just casually doing 56s. While I'm struggling to do 57s. It's just nuts. That's just aliens for you. And I'm beating those guys. You just always have that extra bit of time. Any attempt to run the aliens down is futile. Yeah, we're matching shooter lines. Nothing really we can do in terms of running them down. We're just stuck. Which it's not unusual when the conditions change them relatively quick, and then once it starts settling in, then people suddenly start outrunning me. It's nothing new. I can drive the car relatively well on feel out to the edge. Others just need their rhythm. But they always nail the same lines. While I drive every corner 1,000 ways. 1,000 times the same corner, I will drive it in 1,000 ways. In the end it results in roughly similar times, it's just... Against the fastest guys, that's not fast enough because they drive every corner perfect for 1,000 times. What is mine doing? Focus, Lukas. I've been so tired recently, constantly. It's downright annoying. I don't get anything done. So I'm constantly just tired. It's not like I'm doing anything. Guess maybe mentally I'm exhausted. God damn it. Hello, car, but you can't just slow down. Yeah, it's a decent amount slippery now. Tire pressures have dropped quite a bit. The pace has remained relatively stable. And well, the other guys have started to go faster than me, so that's an indication the track has reached how wet it's gonna get. And they've decided to get into the groove while I'm stuck at my lap times again. My pace never is that good. It's just I'm really good at adapting to things. Hello, car. Oh, that curb is so slippery. Because suddenly Shooter is closing in on me. I'm usually slightly quicker than him, but now all of a sudden he's quicker than me. So that's fun stuff when that happens. Minutes remaining 15. Let's dispatch for this Porsche.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
So easy to slip over the front axle. This car, the setup is just a bit too understeery for these conditions. And yes, I said understeer. You just have so much push on the front. A lot of situations over the fronts that it's quite painful. Granted, you do have some wheel spin issues out of hairpin, for example, there if you don't feed the throttle correctly, but otherwise it's fine. It's unfortunate that it wouldn't be much of an issue if the TC and the Bentley wasn't absolute garbage. Traction control system in the Bentley is hot garbage and doesn't work correctly.
Faster cars approaching.
That was too fast from the Porsche. Porsches can be quite a weapon in wet conditions, but
Faster car coming up behind.
also very tricky. They're monsters in wet conditions due to their additional grip on the rear axle. And also the classic Porsche problems of, well, we'll just go back and throw you into a barrier will still happen. Because the setup isn't 200% perfect and you're not driving in precisely that line that the Porsche wants you to drive. It will just go yeet. And Raccoon hits less hard than that Porsche hits the barrier. And it's not pleased. Just seems to have had a bit of more difficult time with the Porsche. Whatever. My aim is to have remaining about 12 minutes. Meaning about 7 laps to suffer. Then the suffering has an end. Just considering how absolutely screwed up. Oh god. Thought for a second he was disconnecting, but no, he just dipped the wheel on braking into the grass and then just went straight. Very easily done. Do that constantly. It's a habit that nearly murders me a lot of times. MUQU, the guy that is behind me in the race actually. Well, not the only car actually behind me, there's still 24 cars running apparently. So we're not second to last. Well, we're not last. We're not second to last, we're third last. And we can put the lap on MUQU probably before the end of the race. As he's only about 7 seconds up the road to me right now. We should probably be able to gain that before the end of this. been a bit dehydrated today. Me not having any water this run is not great. I might start getting a headache. Feel it slightly. Showing itself a bit. I do have to micromanage my water intake. Because my body is really does not like if I do not supply precisely the required amount of water. It really does not like that. And it will throw straight up migraines my way, so I know the sign when I have this like pre-headache. It's not really a headache right now, but I can feel it starting. But it's not too bad. Drink still some water before I head to bed, and because I'm feeling a bit tired, I'm probably gonna go to bed relatively early. So might as well. And well, sleep is one of the best cures against headaches, so that works incredibly reliable. As long as you can fall asleep. Taking care of. I mean, you can oftentimes, at minimum, pass out. Pass out from all the pain and agony. Especially migraines. Hello, car. It's definitely not pushing much. But probably he's just not that fast of a driver.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
But he's really slow.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car behind you.
I don't know why he was so slow. I thought he had a decent exit, but like it just seemed he had no straight line speed. Maybe he's taken a chunk out of a wall or something. Had a meeting with a barrier. A bit too forceful, too romantic. And his nose took some damage from that. I think before this race is over, we're gonna unlap ourselves at least another time from P13. I think the first time from P13. I'm gonna still be a lap down to him. But it's a bit ironic, and because that's probably where I'm gonna end up. Well, that's probably where I would have ended up if I had been able to do a normal race start.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Oh, well, it just happens. Sometimes you just get really unlucky. So be life. think I had again under pressure the tires too much, because as the track I think dries out right now a bit, because I think the rain is weakening. I mean, my pace is a lot faster right now than it has been so far. The car does a lot better in these like interchanging conditions, but everybody else is like really struggling with them, while I'm absolutely tearing the track up with them. It's so strange. It keeps happening consistently that if there's changing conditions where it's just half wet, I'm just an absolute monster. But in dry and full wet, I'm quite a bit slower than most people.
Car on the left. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Clear on the left.
I don't think it's all about the pressures, but who knows. How long do we have left? About 57 seconds. Well, I mean, the race leader is ahead of us. I think there's a decent chance this is the final lap, but it could be the penultimate. Could be. We'll have to see. Isn't particularly too relevant. No risk of us losing a position or gaining one.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
And the race leader has a lot different position than I expected, actually. Not ahead of us, he's more behind us. But yeah, we're then on the penultimate lap here. Does give us an opportunity to maybe run Kuhn down, but I think he's a bit too fast for that. Provolone, Kuhn, Toff. Those are all names that I've been fighting all series long. Unfortunately, for the final race, I'm just a lapped car here. Making them check their mirrors. From time to time. Definitely drawing. Yeah, the guys in front of me are now lapping 55 flat and 55 free, so they're completely matching me. I mean, my position is settled at this point because I'm not gaining the position against shooter, and I'm not losing the position against. What was his name? Sorry, Mireki. Neither of them am I gonna lose a position. So we just need to drive around and finish at this point. But I think Kuhn isn't quite done with Provolone in front of us. That seems to be a fun lap shootout. I think Provolone might keep his position just about. Seems like that. Yeah, Kuhn is just out of time. Right then, P22 in the end.
Good job. You did the best you could. Take it easy indeed, lab.
Boy, I feel like you are definitely right on this one. This is the best I could. With the terrible deck that I got dealt here. Hello? Where has my menu gone? I'm not seeing any menu rendered for me. Now that's a new one. Yeah, I haven't had that before where the menu just doesn't render. Hello! Do you kindly let me back out of it? I know it's usual for the stream that doesn't render a menu, but I'm not seeing one in game either. Okay, I got teleported anyway.
Green light, go, go, go.
I don't have a menu still. What is this? I haven't had that before. Huh? I pressed nothing. I pressed only escape. Yeah, the race just finished. But I have no in-game menus anymore. They ceased to render for me. Yep, I do not have any. I'm definitely in the like pre-race screen where I can go into drive setup and all of that, but I have no menus. None. These are all quit existing, these menus. So let us just forcefully close ACC. Because, well, there's no other option. The game has decided that it doesn't want to render a menu anymore. I pressed the pause button because I've mapped pause onto my button box controller. So and then we're gonna I just went to the desktop and closed the window for a taskbar. That was simple enough. I'm just gonna start the game again and see if it decides to, you know, have a menu again. I mean, so far I'm at least seeing the startup screen, which is, you know, progress. That's at least something. Let's load into an offline session briefly, I guess. Okay, yeah, that has a menu, right?
Green light, give it all you got.
And now the escape on here doesn't want to work. Okay, now it works. So I have an working escape here, the menu also pops up and I see everything. Right, I don't know what happened there. I have seriously no clue. I don't know if of a button that like makes everything HUD disappear. I've not seen that before. Granted, I've seen some bugs also in ACC. One of the weirdest ones is where I couldn't actually participate in the formation lap. Qualy partial formation lap in that case. Yeah, okay. Well then. I'm just gonna finish up talking here. But see you another time then. I'll add you then. Right. But yeah. I couldn't participate in a partial formation lap. That was not so fun when that happens. And I got penalty for that for being out of position. So that's even less fun. Right. Okay then.
This is a wireless
no, Linus, please. No, not the tackle versus, please. Right then, bye. That was the final race of the championship. Was fun anyway.